Every finance blogger tells you that the highest form of freedom is passive income, because money comes in while you do nothing, problems disappear, and life finally becomes calm. The image is simple, clean, and very attractive, especially when you are tired of pressure, competition, and constant effort. This idea is sold as the final stage of success, where stress ends and life begins. But when you look at how people actually function inside this state, a different pattern appears. The human brain did not evolve to stay idle. It evolved to solve problems, manage uncertainty, and respond to pressure. For most of human history, survival depended on engagement, not comfort. When challenges disappeared, danger usually followed. Modern passive income promises remove that pressure completely. There are no deadlines, no urgent decisions, and no real consequences. On the surface, this looks like freedom, but inside the nervous system it creates something closer to stagnation. When the brain is no longer required to solve problems, it does not relax. It loses orientation, mental energy has nowhere to go, and over time this turns into restlessness, anxiety, and a sense of meaninglessness that feels hard to explain. This is why extreme examples often look shocking, but follow the same logic. People who suddenly receive large amounts of money without structure or responsibility often collapse psychologically. The absence of pressure removes direction, and freedom without purpose becomes a closed room rather than an open field. What is usually called peace is often just the absence of demand, and the brain does not interpret that as safety. It interprets it as uselessness. The fantasy of lying under a palm tree exists because pressure feels uncomfortable, especially in competitive environments. Wanting escape is human, but escape is not strength. It is a reaction to overload, not a solution to it. Real strength appears in a different place. It shows up in the ability to manage chaos rather than avoid it, and in the ability to stay functional inside pressure, instead of trying to remove pressure completely. Systems that produce meaning always contain friction, resistance, and responsibility. Passive income removes all three. When income is disconnected from effort, feedback disappears, and when feedback disappears, growth stops. When growth stops, the mind turns inward, searching for stimulation that no longer comes from the outside world. This is where depression, boredom, and loss of identity quietly enter, not because something is wrong with the person, but because the system they built no longer asks anything from them. The popular story says that stress is the enemy and comfort is the goal, but reality is less kind. A life without meaningful stress does not create peace, it creates decay. This is the part that rarely gets mentioned. Freedom without purpose does not feel like freedom for long. It feels like floating without direction, where days blur together and motivation fades because there is nothing left to respond to. If your idea of success removes all pressure from your life, it may also remove the very conditions your brain needs to stay alive, sharp, and oriented. If all pressure disappeared tomorrow, what would be left to give your days structure and meaning?